Innovative.
It's your boy Deshaun Showtime Watkins.
And I'm the coolest motherfucker on the planet, cool ass Cam.
Oh my goodness, man. Cam, you do it different every single time, man.
We got it right today, though. At least I didn't have that awkward pause.
Yeah, at least you didn't have the awkward pause, man. That's my boy, cool ass Cam. Man, welcome to the culture of Comptonmania, bro. This is episode 9.
Oh, yeah, we've been doing it, episode 9.
Man, this is crazy. And this episode, like, it gives me the chills, man. We are interviewing today, Godfather, the real Alonzo, Woozy, world-class wrecking crew straight out of the CPT, my man, the man that kicked it off.
What'd it be like, Doc?
Man, it'd be amazing. You in the building.
I'm glad to be here, man. Glad you invited me down, Doc.
Man, dude, do you know how special it is for to have Lonzo? You feel me? Like, he fuck with me, man.
I fuck with you. Damn right I do.
That's crazy, man. You set it off for the city, man. You was able to bring like dance. You was able to bring party to the city, and then was influential, you know, with the n.w.a.
Right.
Like, you that guy. This is like my OG, man. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is super special for me. Got my boy Cam here, you know, from Innovative Culture. Like, we just glad that you came to bless us.
Man, I'm glad y'all invited me down, Doc. It's always good to be recognized by the fellas. That's all.
For sure. And I want to get straight up on it, man. You're dropping a documentary.
Yes.
Like let's talk about that.
Well, as everybody knows, 2022, Dre and Snoop and everybody did a big tribute in the Super Bowl halftime show to the city of Compton. Mm-hmm. And what some people don't know is that club that Dre stood on, Eve After Dark, he stood on that club for a reason. That was his foundation, where he started at 17 years old. I owned that club. I was the owner of the Eve After Dark. I was the owner of the Eve After Dark at 22 years old.
Damn.
Okay? I didn't even realize how much shit went behind that until I started talking, because people were talking about residencies of DJs and shit like that. Well, at 22 years old, I was a resident, had a residency in my own club, and I owned them. And I'm the DJ. I'm the main DJ, and I'm the proprietor of this shit. Okay, I'm paying the security guards, the rent, the light bill, all that shit. And I don't think many other cats, if anybody else has done that yet. Okay, if not, I'm damn sure the first. So when I look back, and I was like, damn, because I wasn't trying to be a club owner at 22. Mm-hmm. I was just trying to rent a room to do some parties and shit. That's what I do as a DJ. I'm a promoting DJ. And the deal came. If you want it, you got to take it every day, every week. I'm like, fuck, I ain't got that kind of money. But but there's a will, there's a way.
Man.
And that's the story, man. That's the story behind the Eve After Dark. The documentary talks about how the Eve was not just a place for people to party, but it was a place for people to start careers. I mean, Robin Harris started
Wow.
there. D.L. Hewley lived in the 5. He'd walk to the Eve After Dark, okay? Man, we did so much down there. It was ridiculous. Jewel was a regular I was trying to interview her before she died, man. She was a regular winning my money for contests and shit.
Wow.
Pop Lockins was a major thing at the Eve After Dark. All the Soul Train dancers would come to the Eve on Friday, dance on Soul Train on Saturday, come back Saturday night and dance some more.
Damn.
So we was that spot, man. We was that spot that everybody came to, and because we were in L.A. County, we wasn't in Compton, we wasn't in the Watts, we wasn't in Gardena. Everybody kind of felt like, well, fuck it, it ain't a hood. It's a hood, but it ain't a hood. It was over in Athens, but at that time, it wasn't as segregated as it is right now. The hoods wasn't as segregated, and if the cats from like Gardena, the shotguns, they didn't have a beef with Hamptons, they felt they could come over there, and they did. And you know, that's how it kind of rocked. And it just became a spot, man, for everybody to come through. I remember my boy Snake Puppy from the LA Dream Team telling me, him and the Egyptian lover used to walk 60 blocks to the Eve.
Dang, 60 blocks?
60, live on 60-something. Eve was on 129th and Avalon. They'd walk from 60-something to Eve after dark on Saturday night, man. But you could do that back then.
Damn.
And go back home. You might get jammed by some winos or some shit, but, you know, you going to make it to the pad. And that was a different time, man.
And that's the crazy thing about what you built, because you built an oasis where everybody can come and be a part of that.
Everybody.
And that's something that's really like legendary by itself, to get people to come together. Like you said, people willing to walk miles to come feel that energy, to feel that electricity and be a part of that.
And what was even more beautiful, at some points, man, parents would drop their kids off. They could drop their kids off. Kids would come out later on that night. Okay.
Damn.
And what was really crazy, up under the Eve was an adult club. So sometimes you got mama and daddy downstairs, and the kids upstairs, and the parents come to the club. The band over with it's time to go. You know, and it was like a family spot, but everybody had their room.
Right.
Everybody had their spot. So it just made for something that's different, man. And sometimes you don't realize you got what you have until it's gone.
Wow.
You know,
man.
you look back on that shit and like, damn, we did a lot of shit over that motherfucker.
Now, when you had all this going, tell me, how are you feeling about yourself? Do you feel like this is like a historical thing? Do you feel like this is just another cool thing? Are you panicking?
Back then?
Yeah.
Nigga, I was the cockiest motherfucker in Los Angeles.
You knew you had it. You knew it.
Oh, dude, you couldn't tell me shit. And this is why I understand youngsters these days, man. But see, back then, I was L.A. Lons. I wasn't the Godfather yet. I was just a Jerry Curl having brand new RX-7 driving, 2-gun carrying motherfucker, okay? Picking up money every Friday and Saturday. Had women like a summer, you know, women like I had friends. I had friends. I stayed clean. I didn't have to work. You know, dude, I had it going. I only worked Friday and Saturday.
Dang.
And I didn't have no regular job, and it just was a different time for me. But again, what kept me grounded was the owner and my dad. And that's why I talk to you the way I talk to you. I don't know where else you get lessons from or getting your game from, but there's certain things you got to know in this game to stay on top of the game and be respected. As crazy as I was, okay, they would yank my chain. It's like having a pit bull. Yeah. That's a badass pit bull, but somebody gonna yank his chain. Right on the yank his chain, pit bull gonna respond properly.
Right.
I had somebody yanking my chain. These youngsters nowadays ain't got nobody yanking their chain. That's why motherfuckers go do buck wild shit and just get caught up. Next thing you know, nigga got life. Or didn't kill somebody. Or he got killed. But they groomed me for longevity. So when I left the Eve and went around the corner to Dudo's in Compton, I was ready.
And let's talk about Dudo's. That was everybody couldn't go to Dudo's.
Dude, the reason why I could go to Dudo's and most cats couldn't, because I wasn't a gangbanger. I never carried a flag for nobody. My flag was my records. I partied I did parties in Compton. I did parties in Fruittown. I did parties over there. What's off of Wilmington? I did parties everywhere.
Park Village?
Not Park Village, Nutty Block, everything. I was all over Compton. And when they see me pull up, oh man, that's the DJ. He cool. That was the lick. I did parties for essays in Whittier when blacks weren't even cool to go to Whittier.
Dang.
Okay? I've been doing this shit since 1976, man.
Wow.
1976 when that shit was heavy, okay? When the shit was heavy. And it just because I always carried myself in a neutral attitude, everybody felt comfortable with me. And they felt comfortable coming to my club. And even at Dudo's got a name on it because one of the OG Pyru boys got killed at Dudo's. Brother named Tam. He rocked with Puddin' and Lil Vince and all these cats and Lorenzo Benton back in the day. He got killed at a dance at Dudo's.
Wow.
So Dudo's had a mark on it. Okay? You don't do teen dances at Dudo's. But that happened in the 70s. Tam got killed. I was in high school. And we're talking about the 80s now, about 10, 15 years later. I figured these niggas don't know that. But people in the hood know that. But I also had a secret weapon and a secret ace up my sleeve that nobody else had. My cousin worked for the Compton PD. He ran the SWAT meet at the Compton he ran the he was on Compton PD, but he ran the SWAT meet in security. So he had Reggie Sr. from the gang detail of Compton PD on his squad. He had the future chief of police, Huey Taylor, on his squad. So I got lieutenants and sergeants and shit working for me, and they in charge of the departments that control the gangs. So when certain gangbangers rolled up there, they knew, oh, these niggas there, not to do nothing because the man waiting on me. So it made sense. So it just said, put all the bullshit aside and let's have a party. And that's how we made it happen.
That's insane. You can't do that. Like you have to. Man, that's crazy. And another thing I want to talk about too. I want to talk about the movie of N.w.a. because we had this little conference. You know, they got you on there looking like a real hater. Like you over there hating. Talk to us the real story about what bothered you about that.
You know what, dude? What bothers me about that most is I never hated on the music. Because if you remember the music, man, I tell people, go back to the first few tracks of N.w.a. They were not talking gang shit. They were not talking hood shit. They were talking reality shit, okay? Something to dance to, Panic Zone. That was them were their first records. Then they dropped Express Yourself. Wasn't no gangbanging about that shit. That was all about express yourself. Okay? But what I did have a problem with was the name. Niggas with attitudes. I'm a child of the 60s, man. I'm born in the 50s, man. I'm an old motherfucker, for real. Okay? And in the 60s, black folks didn't call each other niggas. If a black man called you a nigga, he was mad at you. He was really pissed. My old man I remember we would cut lawns and shit. We would ride through the hood and we see winos. He'd look at them niggas over there. That was niggas do shit like that. That's what them but a nigga. And that's in my mind, that's how it's been programmed to look at the word nigga as a negative connotation. I don't give a damn who said it. So for you to come to me and tell me you're going to be niggas with attitudes, I can't feel that. I can't relate. And that's just something that's a Alonzo thing, okay? And I never hated on the music because I've always opened my arms, my studio doors to anybody that had anything to do with some music, including Afro Man, Miss Chalet, Compton's Most Wanted. Okay, I can keep on going. CMW.
Ooh,
okay,
talk that.
So I can't be no hater.
Ooh.
I can't be no hater. Okay, I'm the first brother to put Crips and Bloods together.
Do we got an explosion? Talk.
In my studio, you might have Crips on one side, Bloods on the other. And I told him, hey, bro, if you ain't about no music, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. All right, Alonzo, we got this. No problem. It's cool.
Yeah, y'all ain't got no business in here.
Dude,
y'all not working.
This is not a place for banging, man. Mm-hmm. This is a place for business. Mm-hmm. And that was the same thing that the old dudes that I grew up with put me up on that. Man, this is your place is a place of partying, not that bullshit.
Right.
If you can't come here and party, don't come. Yeah. I'm not making you come to this motherfucker, man. Yeah. I'm not handcuffing you, bringing you here. So
Lonzo, you forcing them to come to the show,
yeah,
man.
I'm making you come to the show. So yeah, you gotta come to the show. But that having that attitude, man, understanding that and being a real dude and just being fair with everybody, man.
Right.
Just being a fair, open. I gave the Crips the same love I gave the Bloods.
Man,
it's $25 an hour.
yeah. Credit or debit, Wilsey or cash, whatever.
And I had Bloods producing for Crips. Like I said, I put Mike T and Mike T from Inglewood Family with Aiden Chill from Track Do.
Wow.
Okay. Come on, man. They hooked up in my studio, and they was produced by some brothers out of Shotgun, big DJ Slip from Shotguns. So it wasn't even about that bullshit with me, okay? I'm not going to disrespect by calling it bullshit. It wasn't about that with me.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
It wasn't about that. If you're here to do some music, come on, let's do this.
It's crazy that the first half of it, when we was talking about the niggas, it's crazy because me and my grandma used to have this conversation because my generation, we throw that word around like water.
Right.
Like, you know, that's my nigga, that's my woo woo woo, and it's like,
or this nigga.
Yeah, you know, it means multiple different things.
Right.
But I understand where you coming from because even Oprah had an issue with it because she was saying like, you know, a lot of our people, that was the last word that they heard before they were. So I totally understand it. Now you got people who ain't even black use it and call each other that.
Man, I know. A partner of mine. He works with damn, I forgot the brother out of the car. He made that song, My Nigga, My Nigga, My Nigga.
Oh yeah, YG.
YG. He was on a tour with YG, and they played the song. Okay, the DJ who made it, forgot the
That's
DJ.
my song.
Okay,
too.
but they were in Colorado, and wasn't that many black folks in Colorado. And he said when these white folks started singing my nigga," he said he felt that it felt different.
Ooh.
He said it felt different. He said he understood what the difference was when they said versus when we said. Okay, another young lady, she drives Uber. And she's saying she picked up some essays and put them in the back of the car. The nigga this, nigga that, and she was like, in the back of her hair, the hair on the back of her neck stood up like nigga. It's like, goddamn, it felt different. I don't care what you say. It may be comfortable amongst us, but if somebody else said, you're gonna feel different, man. And that's the part that OG's been trying to stress for the last 20 years.
Dang.
Because when the wrong person call you a nigga, it's a fight. Straight up.
Yeah,
It's a fight or a case, one of the two.
Yeah.
If the white boy call you a nigga on your job, you finna catch a case.
Dang.
Yeah, especially like how they say it too. It's like, man,
all
when the anger comes, they go with like the hard ER.
Yeah, with all the adjectives and verbs and shit. Everything is well enunciated. Nigger, motherfucker. Like somebody call you a motherfucker versus a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay?
What?
Okay, motherfucker. That's my motherfucker right there. Okay.
Man,
But we do that though.
Yeah,
we the only ones do that. We the only ones can take a word. Motherfuckers. I mean, think about that, man. That's like the worst cuss word of all time.
Motherfucker?
Come on, man. Ain't
That's
nothing-
like
it
one
takes
of
so
my
long to
favorite
say it,
though.
you know?
Motherfucker. If I say that,
Okay.
man.
But think about the two words that make the word motherfucker. You be you fucking somebody's mama, man. That's that in the come on.
But if you think about it,
Everybody fucking
somebody.
Or how would we be here today?
Yeah, without a motherfucker.
It is what it is, Doc.
No, I know. No,
I get you.
No, but I get what you're saying because the origin of it is back in slavery times.
Right.
That's what they would call a black dude, and he would actually be going into a dark room,
Right.
actually smashing his mother.
Right.
Yeah, I shouldn't use the word smashing.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what it comes down to be. Yeah. I didn't want it with breeding. Okay?
Yeah.
Shit.
Man. Okay. We got to talk about this too. Last Thursday, I ain't gonna lie. Like the fact that you were there at Comptonmania, where you from, Compton versus the World, I appreciate that so much. And that wasn't the first one you came to neither.
No.
I think you came to our first
Backyard
ever
Boogie.
Yeah,
Came to the Backyard Boogie. I came to the one on Normandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I just appreciate your support, man. I appreciate anytime I need somebody to talk to, you've always been there to pick up your phone. Like I appreciate you from like deep down. I mean, you think about somebody like myself as a kid, you watching all this stuff on TV, it's like one day you're going to be able to call him, and you know what I mean? So I appreciate that. And I want to just talk about, how did you feel at the last show this Thursday? What was that like?
Bro, I was proud of you, man. I swear to God, I was proud of you. It was cold in the motherfucker. Yeah. At first, I felt cold as fuck. That's the first thing. I felt cold as fuck, but I felt proud for you, Doc, because I watched you grow, man. From the first time you came to my pad and used my my switcher, we couldn't get it working for the Normandy show. I went to the Backyard Boogie show over in Compton, and see, all the shows have had attendance, but this one here was the best one, and it was the best produced one. Okay, you had the stage out there. I just called your boy today. I'm finna book his ass.
Jinx Remix Mobile Stage.
I'm finna book him. I called him today. We cut it the other day for my prostate cancer walk.
Yeah, let's go.
And just to see the production, the way you had the gate. The parking lot gated off and everything, man, that was really dope. See the families out there, that was the cool part, man, to see the families out there with their kids and shit, dude.
Man.
That right there was some dope shit. And I've never done family shit. I do mostly youngsters and adult shit. But to see the kid and then the different cultures out there, man, the Latinos and the blacks partying together, man, that was some good shit. And that shows me, as the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, that Compton has made a lot of changes that people don't know about.
Yeah.
And as I talk to people about Compton, even my son today on the way over here, I gave him tickets to the Universal Soul Circus, and his wife was Latino. Okay, so I got Latino grandkids. Okay, so I got swirls. We swirl like a motherfucker in my family. Okay, and he was like, she said, where was it at? She said, it's gonna be at the Compton. My son was like, oh shit, it's gonna be Crips and Bloods. He said, no. He said, Pops, when I got there, it was more Latinos there than it was black people.
Yeah.
And everybody felt comfortable. That's the new Compton. Okay, that's that blended Compton that we have now. But unfortunately, we still living off the 1980 and 90s reputation.
Right.
When I do interviews overseas, talk to people from Africa, where do the gangbangers hang out? What? Have you ever seen the drive-by? The gangbangers.
They said just like that.
Gangbangers. Okay.
Where are the gangbangers?
Okay, and I'm like, dude, I know gangbang. I see them, but they ain't wearing gangbanger flags and
What
shit.
color do I wear?
Right. They be all nervous and shit. Like, man, dude, it ain't that kind of party, man. So when and that's one of the things that I want to, as the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, I want to help be a part of the changing the narrative of Compton.
Man, you've been that since day one. Since day one, you've always done that. You've been doing that since the beginning. It may just look like it's a separate thing, but since day one, you've been trailblazing. You showing me how you did it, and I'm doing the same thing. Everything you tell me, I'll just be like, okay, I'm finna do it in this world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you already do that. You bring people together. You've been doing that.
Yeah.
You've brought people together that ain't even supposed to even be together, and it makes magic.
Yeah.
And that's what, can't nobody take that away from you. Like you've always been a part of that. I'm glad that I'm connected to you, because I can say now I want to be a part of that. I want to be able to bring people all together to be able to do some amazing stuff. You know what I mean? I want to be able to be the birth of something. You know what I mean? And
you're doing it, man.
And it's really, really dope that you do that, because we need more people like that.
You know what? I gotta tell you something. You did me a favor. You don't even know it. In my documentary, I talk about you. I mentioned you in my documentary.
That's love.
When I first met you over on Normandy, your boy, Mr. Pissed Off,
Yeah. The foul mouth son of a gun.
came in with some belts. And remember how I reacted? I was like, I want one of them. And I didn't know why I wanted that belt. I could not figure out. I just had to have one of them motherfuckers. So Mr. Pissed Off hooked me up with the guy overseas that make all the belts. I bought a belt, sent him all my designs and shit. And he got the belt. I got the belt. My sister came by the pad, and she says, where you get that from? I said, one of my buddies turned me on to the guy that make it. She says, wow, Daddy always called you Champ. And I forgot about that. My daddy been dead for 30-some years.
Wow.
My nickname was Champ. My daddy never called me by my first name. He never called me Alonzo, Eric, none of that shit. He called me Champ, okay? And to get that belt, and my subconscious made me buy that son of a bitch. I didn't know why I bought it. But when my sister told me that, it came back to me. And dude, I'm sitting there going, damn, he damn sure did, didn't he? And when the belt's in my studio right now, and I talk about that belt in the studio, and I tell that story, man.
Man,
and that was something
love.
that I got from you. That's probably why I got the love I got for you, because you brought back the Champ.
Man, that's dope.
You brought back the Champ. That's no bullshit.
Dang.
My old man called me, if he called me by my name, Alonzo Williams, I'm finna get my ass whooped.
The first and last.
It's going down, dude. It's finna go down. But yeah, any other time, I'm Champ. That's just like that.
Let's just for a hot second, because we got like 6 minutes left.
Okay.
Real quick, explain your relationship with your dad. What was that like?
Man, that was my hero. He put a lot of faith in me. He put me in touch with the man that gave me Eve After Dark. That was his best friend. And even though I didn't have the money, he said, I ain't got no money. He said, but you can figure it out. But he watched over my shoulder to make sure that I figured it out. And he told me when I got to Eve, he says, I can get you in, but I can't keep you in. Which means I can help you get in here, but if you blow it, you on your own. I left the Eve in 2019.
Damn.
40 years. I had a relationship with that club for 40 years. And I might be going back.
Whoa.
I might be going back to consult, because we're talking about turning the Eve right now into some type of museum for, not really a museum, but just a museum-themed restaurant for the Olympics. People are going to be coming all over the world.
Wow.
They're going to want to see the Eve After Dark is still standing. and the son owns it now. And he and I was talking about, taking some of my artifacts, putting them up in there. The hip hop shit, put a big screen in there, showing the Super Bowl show, because that was the spot, man. So while I'm here and healthy, yeah, if we can do it, make it happen, we're gonna make it happen. But yeah, my old man was a father to the neighborhood, man. Because what I did not realize until he passed, and I didn't realize this until recently myself, that my dad was the dad to the whole wrecking crew. Because Dre's dad wasn't around, Yella's dad wasn't around, Clientele's dad wasn't around. I know Q's dad's around, but I never met him. So when any of these guys would be in, my old man fall by the studio like it wasn't shit. What y'all doing? All right, cool. We didn't smoke weed. We have a little drink back then, okay? He bought me some shit. And that's kind of dude he was. He come to the Eve After Dark and party. My old man had more girls than I did. Okay? He had more, and he would play off of my son owned the club. Come on up here, baby. Come on up here. My son owned the club. So that's the kind of relationship we had, man. It just was cool to have that and to have that support. And I try to do. Anybody wants some mentorship or some guidance? That's what I do.
Man,
'cause I had it. I know how important that shit is.
Super. Yeah. Super. I know I find it very valuable. And then also, let's talk about CECC, the Compton Entertainment Chamber.
After the Super Bowl, I was talking to Jonathan Bowers, the 3rd District City Councilman. He was pissed. Man, all that notoriety, and we can't do nothing. We can't get a dime out of that shit. Compton just, here it is, it's gone, it's over with. And I said, man, y'all to give me a job or something, we make sure that won't happen. Compton ain't got the money for that shit. I was talking to another gentleman, Dean Jones. He said, you ought to form the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. Bells went off, bing, 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 bing. So what we're doing right now, we're looking to take the legacy of Compton and making it worldwide, where people know exactly what's going on. Okay, I'm working with the city council right now. It's named a street after Eazy-E. We're also working on the Compton Walk of Fame. Compton has too many bad people came from Compton. Bad meaning good, not to be recognized, man.
Right.
Compton has been a jewel for talent, entertainment on all fields, not just sports entertainment. We got some badass lawyers, doctors. We got all kind of people who came from Compton, man. Did you know there was a TV show based out of Compton? What? It was a TV show that was based on Judge Fowler and his family. It was they used to use the facade on Compton Boulevard right there on the Ranby as it was homeboy from Empire, Lucius.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard, the father from Fresh Prince, and homeboy from from that movie. What's his name? He had a Latino name. He was Joanna Man. All these cats was and my girl
Nunez.
Miguel Nunez.
There you go. That was his name.
And my girl and Kim Whitley. They was a movie based on the fathers, the judge out of Compton, him and the sons being lawyers and shit, man.
Damn.
And that shit was in the late 80s, early 90s. But this judge is still on the bench right now.
Damn.
Who was the first group out of Compton that made Compton famous?
Wrecking Crew?
Nope. War.
Oh, that was
War. Okay?
I didn't know that either.
Huh?
That's yeah.
Dude, Slipping in the Darkness, all them cats went to Compton High School, man. In fact, some more tidbits of information. The cast that became the core of War was the house man for the club under Eve After Dark, Jeffties.
Wow.
Okay? They were the house band. They were something else until they got their deal. Then they changed the drummer and became War and got a deal with 20th Universal Records, something like that. Universal, one of them, United Artists. So yeah, Doc, it's a lot of shit, man. And this is the shit that I happen to know. If you go to the 125 Society, they tell you about shit, man, that just blow you the fuck away. Like, damn.
Shout out to the 125.
We got Olympic runners, man, from Compton, gold medalists being out of Compton. You ever bought a bean pie or sweet potato pie from any of these Chinese food, Louisiana chickens?
Yeah.
It's a sister that she makes those pies. She got a bakery called the 27th Street Bakery and Bolden. Her last name was Bolden. She won the '84 Olympics in gold medal 84 Olympics, 100-yard dash.
Wow.
Okay, straight out of Centennial. We had brothers in Compton High School that was on the Olympic team when the brothers did the fist thing back in the '60s.
Damn.
Yeah, brothers from Compton standing right next to him.
Damn.
So we got some bad folks, man, came out of Centennial, Compton, Dominguez, and walked the streets of Compton other than just the Crips and the Bloods, dude.
You're right. You're right.
But we only get credit for the Crips and the Bloods. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Okay, so
Straight up.
one of my jobs while I'm here and healthy is to try and give as much exposure to those who deserve it, man.
Man.
That ain't fair, dude. That's bullshit. So, yeah. Oh, man.
That's all good.
We
Tell them
bullshit.
tell them where they can follow you and all that.
You can find me personally, Real Alonzo n.w.a on Instagram, Compton ENT Chamber Instagram. Also, look out for our new channel, the Compton Entertainment Channel on Roku, Fire Stick, and all other streaming channels.
Man, it's been a pleasure, man, talking to the Godfather of hip hop.
Glad you had me over here, man.
Appreciate you. Cam, what you got to say?
I feel like this was a great experience. I learned a lot today.
Thank you, Doc.
I feel like hopefully everybody here learned a lot today. A lot of stuff that we didn't know about you, and we didn't know, that you actually did. And those are some really heavy accomplishments. Working with some of the names that you put out there, and just what you're doing now.
Right on.
What you're doing right now is definitely gonna help a lot of people.
I'm looking to do what I can, man, to help it any way I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's your boy Deshaun Showtime Watkins. You know what I'm saying? Follow us, Comptonmania, everywhere. And yeah, man, and I want to thank everybody too for coming out, supporting the people that donated to make Where You From happen. Like WrestleMania weekend, it was magical, you guys. Like for the last couple of days since then, man, I ain't worried about nothing, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? It just feels so freaking good. Like, I just want to thank God, man. All right, episode 9 has been good. Culture of Comptonmania. Woozy.
Innovative.